Awards. This is a celebration of blackness, of black culture, of black entertainment, of black excellence. And when you do something like this, you got folks outside the community see that? TMZ talking about it, NBC talking about it, CNBC talking about it, CBS talking about it, USA Today talking about it, PBS, everybody but PBS. When that kind of stuff happens, how do you think that benefits us? And that's a story that we don't get into nearly as much as we should. Did it ever occur to anybody to remind yourself of the responsibility we have? I'm not blaming any of the folks there in the audience. They didn't know. And even though BET is owned by Paramount, it's still BET. Black folks everywhere, all up in there. And that's what we celebrate. We, as a community, are going to be held accountable for that. Subliminally, subconsciously. People going to look at us with raised eyebrows and think as a community, oh, you down with that? You cool with that? That's what you celebrate. The collective whole is what matters. Not one individual. God rest his soul. God will deal with him because God knows what he did and what he didn't do. It ain't for me to judge or anybody else to judge, but we saw what we saw. The trial was televised. His actions and his dismissiveness and disassociation and distance from the black community was self-inflicted. He created that. He wanted nothing to do with us. Where's this affinity for him? Where's the evidence that he ever gave about us? I just don't understand. And I think that when it comes to something like that, you got to guard against that. I'd love to know if Tia Mowry knew anything about that. Because had that been me, and they asked me to MC that segment, and I saw that OJ was a part of it, I would not have done it. And if I was on that stage and his face popped up, I would have been mic'd up on camera, and I would have been like, I don't know whose idea that was, but I don't have anything to do with that. I didn't know. That's what I would have said. Now, everybody ain't me, and I understand that. And I'm not judging in regards to her or anybody else. I'm just saying, come on.
This Stephen A. Smith, man, I don't know. Where do you niggas come from? Do they groom you niggas? Where the f you come from? You mad because BT is celebrating OJ? Who else gonna celebrate him? Are you f***ing stupid? He was found innocent, nigga. In the court of laws, the white laws. But your nose is gonna go on talking about how, are you crazy? You would have did this, you would have did that. Where the f do you niggas come from? Where the f do you niggas come from? I've never seen some lazy house nigga. You ain't even a house nigga. You the nigga that's sucking the house niggas. Who the f you niggas? That's what Kendrick's talking about. They are not like us. They are not like you. I'm talking about OJ. Nigga, are you crazy?
Yo, it's Big Ant, the spokesman, man. We back. Another edition of Urban Politicians TV, UPTV. Make sure you stay on your pivot at all times, man. Had to come tap in, and first and foremost, I do want to send condolences to the entire families of O.J. Simpson, Nicole Brown, and Ron Goldman. No matter what happened with this storyline, these people have family members that love and care about them, and they are no longer here. So I always do want to pay respects, send condolences, and say God bless their soul. No matter what the storyline is with this situation right here, they are being spoke on. So that's first and foremost, most importantly. Now, What we have here is another trash take by none other than Stephen A., the script reader, Stephen A. the slouch, using the black community once again to get some traction to his platform where I feel he just reads script set. Who knows? And I had a links in the description where you can watch this terrible take from Stephen A. once again in full, because since he's been getting his little traction, it's been nothing but nonsense and inaccurate and gaslighting comments being spoke from him. And you heard what Faizon Love had to say right there. Turk all the way up there with him. Went all the way left on him like, bro, what you want? But him going left, hey, nigga, you need to hear it because it's all the way right. The way that you talking and coming off, this is what he does. Disrespects, calls out, takes a shot at you, then talks in circles and pulls back. First off, bro, who cares what TMZ or any news station has to say about the black community, my nigga? We been past caring how they look at us as a whole because of something that got aired on BET. Then it's crazy because you come right back after that and acknowledge that it's owned by another corporate entity. So how does that make any sense? Do you not listen to the things that be coming out your mouth before you speak?
To remind yourself of the responsibility we have. I'm not blaming any of the folks there in the audience. They didn't know. And even though BET is owned by Paramount, it's still BET. Black folks everywhere, all up in there.
Basically what you saying is niggas ain't really got no control over what's going on over there anyways. But then you come back and say this and say that. Even if they did, who cares about what people think, my nigga? Years ago, they felt that niggas shouldn't even be in a room with them. So who cares about their opinion? They didn't even give niggas an opportunity to do nothing wrong in life before they had us beneath humans in this place. So what does it matter, Stephen A.?
It's a celebration of blackness, of black culture, of black entertainment, of black excellence. And when you do something like this, you got folks outside the community see that? TMZ talking about it, NBC talking about it, CNBC talking about it, CBS talking.
You keep speaking on the black community and you are completely wrong, out of touch, and all the way left. Then you come in and say, hey, Tia Mari, I wouldn't have did this, I wouldn't have did that. You the same nigga that said before on record, I go to work and I try to figure out how to make my boss money. That's my goal. How can I make my boss more money? Nigga, you would have read that script and did your job just like you do at ESPN, my nigga. You work for the corporate entities, bro. You do what they want you to do in that moment. And they can't put this don't represent the whole black community, dog. An event, a show, and you worried about what they think about niggas, but talking about you speak for the black community, you do not. Just like the terrible take you gave on Will Smith, you go get a phone call probably once again. Then the other terrible takes you done gave, just like you got the phone call on Kyrie and several others. Say, dog, knock it off. Stop thinking you speak for the black community. You do not. We don't view you as somebody that's got the black community interest when it comes to media, my nigga. You are doing what your job pays you to do and what they want you to. And like I say, I don't think Stephen A. is coming up with these takes, but if he is, that's even worse. So I want to get that part overstood, bro. You be calling people out, you talking about Tia Mari, but then trying to act like you're not calling out, my nigga. And then from what I hear, because I don't know, I didn't watch the BET Awards, they said they paid respects to several people and it was only on the screen for a second or not. Bro, he was found innocent in the court of law. So do we believe the laws or do we not believe the laws? Or do we go out and form our own opinion in the court of laws, the laws that we did not create? So I'm just saying, no matter how you felt about OJ, he still was black, still was one of the best, if not the best running backs ever. And them just showing, hey, we gonna acknowledge it, we gonna move on. For these companies to jump on it and try to make it a big thing, bro, no, that's not how that go. And you can be quiet. You ain't got to say nothing. Whether you agree or you disagree, you could just be quiet at times. But you chose to jump out there, just like these other publications that don't care about niggas, and then try to act like you're doing something for our best interest. Knock it off, Stephen A. It's washed up, it's old, it's lame, and your takes are super duper trash. Keeping it all the way 1,000. You do all the theatrics, all the yelling, hoopla, riding and jumping and jump. Bro, just be quiet, dog. Tell me what y'all think. We got more coming, more videos, all that. 1,000 for shit show. Stay on your pivot.